There's never healthy time in the music business. Hi, I'm Linda Perry, and you're watching Consequence. Yeah, so the interesting thing about the documentary was originally, kid you not, I thought I was just getting some kind of content for social media because I am terrible at it. I don't take the time. I'm not like in the middle of a session and going, wait, everybody, I got to do a post for TikTok. I'm not that girl. So when Don Hardy asked if he could hang out at my studio and he thought I was interesting and wanted to film me like a fly on the wall, I was like, yeah, great. You know, it was never my intention that a documentary is going to be made. So I want that to be clear. And he was awesome at being a fly on the wall. I barely knew he was there. He was so quiet and his energy was just, invisible. During that process, as it always happens, you got a camera on you. Of course, the universe is going to throw some fucking, meatballs at you. And basically that's kind of what started happening. I felt like I started dodging a lot of things that were coming at me. And it happened to be happening while someone was filming. In my work, I'm very dedicated. I don't ask you to put a hat on. I just instantly dive into who you are and I start working. And I'm committed. I'm like one of those fucking actors that really dive into their character and I commit myself and I don't break character. What ends up happening is I start losing myself after years and years and years of doing that. Somewhere along the line, I forgot who I was. So I could write songs and do all this stuff for anybody in the room, but not for myself. So that started happening. I take on a lot of charities. I'm always wanting to give back because I'm so fucking grateful for my life. And I feel like I have to give back. I have to be a kind human being. And sometimes I don't know where that breaks me and is going too far to where it's unhealthy. And then being a mom, I'm dedicated. My child is first. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Lou Reed could knock on my fucking door, resurrected, and say, we're going to make a super album and we want you to be the producer and this is going to be our coming back to Christ, album, and you, Linda Perry, are the chosen one. And then, bink, my phone could go off. Mom, I need you. Can you please be here for dinner? Guys, sorry, you're going to have to find somebody else to resurrect this fucking record, but my child needs me. I'm gone. I'm in the car. They're left wherever we're standing. Yes, I'm extremely busy, even more since the documentary, because I have opened up my life to Four Non Blondes, which I wasn't doing before. Every year I get asked, will you put Four Non Blondes back together and go play a show? And I'm like, no. It's never going to happen. One day I said to my manager, you know what? I'm totally open now to putting Four Non Blondes together. So just putting that out there. Gonna put that out. Poof. It's out in the world now. And then all of a sudden, Bottle Rock calls, asks for Four Non Blondes, and that turns into a chain of events as expected. That's why I knew I had to be very thoughtful when I opened up that door to know what was going to come in. There's never healthy time in the music business. There's boundaries that are created, but I go over those boundaries all the time. Am I happier crossing those boundaries? Am I more wise? Am I thoughtful? Am I a little healthier? Absolutely. So after seeing the documentary, I hadn't written any music. And I just said to Dawn, I said, listen, I need to just go into a rehearsal room. You're welcome to come film me, but that's where I'm going. I got to go jam. He's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know. I just need to jam with a band. I need to feel grounded, I put this whole band together. I tell band, show up at 10. Strings, you're going to show up at 12. Background singers, you're going to show up around 1 o'clock. Mind you, I had no fucking clue what I was doing. I just arranged it that way. And then the night before, and then Dawn still is like, so what's going on? I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. And so the night before, I wrote the song, What Lies With You. And that is the song. I show up, kind of still writing lyrics. It was edited to shorten, but the way it happened in events, the band shows up, I teach them the song, then the strings are there, and then all of a sudden the BVs are there, and then all of a sudden we're playing the song. So that song started the whole album. So once I was like, oh my God, where did that come from? I wrote that. I wrote that from myself. So album is done, and now I'm listening to what I wrote. I had no idea what I wrote. I just wrote some songs. So album is done, and then I'm like, oh, this is about my journey with my mom and how fucked up she is, but how it all helped me become who I was. You know, who I am. I'm like ready to put the door on that one and go, okay, this is closed. Shut that window, start mixing. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? My journey is not complete without Beautiful. It's not complete. Like that song sounds like the full circle of this. And so I just recorded a version of it. Okay, what was the version I was doing? Well, I'll just do the exact version I did for Christina, but I won't put strings on it. I'll put Mellotron and I'll add more guitar. But at the same tempo, the same key. I think I even copied the same drum because it's like all that was what I would have done. So I just basically did the Linda version of that song without the beautiful, Christina vocals on it. And it was pretty quick. And then I sent it to the team. They all freaked out and said, this should be our first single. And it made sense, like reintroducing Linda Perry. What better song to do it with a song that everybody already knows? But they'd never heard my version. I've never recorded a version of it, too. There's me doing it at some kind of, I think it was Taylor Guitars asked me to do something. And that was the first time I actually played a version of it on acoustic. And it kind of sounds a little country, which I kind of was into at the moment. But yeah, there is no recording of me doing it. But except for this Taylor guitar version I did. It is pretty much the same structure, the same intent, but Christina, she's not me, and I'm not Christina. And when I wrote that song, I remember purposely not wanting to belt because, I do have a huge voice, and I did use it all over Four Non Blonde stuff, and I can go and rip fucking Zeppelin like you can't believe. I can copy all those guys, and my voice, definitely, I'm a rock singer. But when I wrote that song, I wanted to be mellow. I just wanted to just be grounded. And so when Christina heard it, she wanted to oversing that song even more than where it is now. And I had to, I kept her demo vocal, like, that's very, I've said this many times, but that vocal is her demo vocal. And God forbid if I would have let her try to sing it once she knew the song, it would have been like, and she knew that too. She laughed about it because she kept on trying to get me to let her re-record it. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. You're going to fucking ruin it. And you know it. And she's like, after a while, she's like, you're right, I would. I sent it to her. I don't know if she listened to it, but I'm sure she did. What's interesting about these times of music, only the really diehard rockers that have been around for a long time would be the ones that would call me up and say, fuck yeah. But in the 2000 generation, they're more prone not to give another artist accolades because everybody feels threatened. Everybody's worried about their job, and that's across the board. The music business, your job, everybody is worried about their job, so they don't want to tell you about how other people are so great, I feel like Christina comes from that era. Like, it's not good to tell your competition that you're amazing.